Tonight on Police 10-7, we're at Mount Maunganui in Tauranga on a very busy weekend for police.
Oh, no, I wasn't even looking out, I was looking the other way.
There are child burglars, boy racers and a drug dealer that tries to sell cannabis to an off-duty cop. And South Auckland police are faced with an aggravated robbery, an assault and a car that won't start.
I always wonder what these sporting...
Mary, blue and white bandana. Most direction of True westbound Concord towards Maunganui Road.
It's Thursday night in Mount Maunganui, and Constables Jane Hope and Glenn Wilson respond to a call from a woman who's been confronted by a young burglar in her home.
Alerting you that he was there. She went into her bedroom, he was in her bedroom, going through her wallet. Confronted him, he grabbed the money, took a swing at her, and he legged it towards Maunganui Road.
I've been home about 5 minutes.
The victim had only just got home when her dog started barking.
And he went off, and I told him to shut up.
Yep.
And then he was really, really getting aggressive. I thought, that's funny. I saw I thought, God, there's someone in the house. So I came in here, and he was standing here with my wallet. And I tried to rip the bandana off his head, which was probably a stupid thing to do. But he took a swing at me. So I just chased him down the stairs, chased him down the drive, and he went to the right.
Okay.
It was just the look on him. He was just, well, how dare you stop me doing what I'm doing? And I'm going, excuse me? What are you doing?
Yeah. Did he say anything to you?
He said, I'll do you. Yeah. I can do you.
Child burglars are a growing problem in the Mount, and one of the suspects is a 12-year-old boy who's missing from his foster home, where his caregiver's already been contacted by the police.
Yeah, well, they did actually ring me and said that there were some charges pending down there, okay. But because of his age, they can't, you can't really do nothing.
Well, if you see him, grab hold of him and give us a call.
Yeah. Because we'll see if we can help you out with.
Let's try.
I've told the kids. Tell them to come home. Yeah. Look, no, I can't. I'm not going to do anything. Yeah. I just want them to get out off the street and stay out of trouble.
I don't know if we'll be worthwhile going around to Basil's house.
Go around there, because that's what I think.
Yeah.
Someone said they might have seen him around there. Yeah.
Just before they get to Basil's, Glenn Wilson spots another 12-year-old who's frequently getting into trouble with the police.
What's that lady going to say when I show her a photo of your face, mate?
What? Sweet, you can show.
The lady down the road.
Yeah, you can show.
Won't be you, wasn't you?
No, it was since you grabbed me last time and I haven't done that since.
You haven't done that since?
No. No, mate, I've been staying out of trouble just like you said, boss.
Have you?
Yeah.
Twice.
Last time I said to you to stay out of trouble, you get locked up about 3 days later for burgling the house. Okay, man, I'll probably come and see you tomorrow.
The boy was on his way to Basil's place.
We'll go and have a quick look in
Basil's house.
Basil's and see if it's there. It's all right, just the police.
Basil's a special needs pensioner living on his own, whose house has become a hangout for kids in trouble.
No, I won't let him stay here.
No,
he seems to be a bit of an orphan.
Yeah.
Made a bit of a mess of your house, haven't they?
Yes.
You own this place, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
Police have been keeping an eye on Basil's place to make sure he comes to no harm.
Hey, don't want anyone going to Basil's place tonight, okay? Because you've been trespassed from there anyway. Yeah, remember I trespassed you there at Christmas time? You gave me some bullshit name. If anyone goes to Basil's place and they'll be coming back to the station, okay? So you guys have really trashed that house. It's a shame.
Back down at the beach, the local boy racers are out in force, but not all of them have been taking care.
Okay, we're at the Mount right now. GDX went out, a green Toyota Corolla, smacked straight into it. They're going more than 50 Ks on the 50 area zone. So the dramatic fever which happened tonight, is coincidentally happened between the GDX and the Corolla.
Well, I was still backing out 3 days, he was still down there. Next minute, boom, straight into it.
You might have been a bit distracted, maybe.
No, I wasn't distracted by nothing.
The driver of the black GTX is convinced that the accident is not his fault. But he was the one who was reversing out into the road, and he's had too much to drink. The people in the Corolla haven't fared as well, and one of its passengers, Leah, has been cut around the face.
It actually looks worse than this.
Yeah, it looks too bad.
You got a lot of blood.
Doesn't feel too bad.
And you're in the car as well, yeah?
Oh, no, I wasn't even looking out. I was looking the other way. Hello.
What's your name?
The ambulance and tow trucks are quickly on the scene, but a new problem is building. As Glenn Wilson's been taking down details of the accident, a crowd of drunk and noisy teenagers has begun to gather. Jane Hope's already called for backup when a fight starts. A punch is thrown and she's quickly grabbed one of the youths for assault with a beer bottle.
You know how much damage a bottle can do to somebody's head? Did you ever do that at all?
Yeah, comms, TGS13.
Okay, as soon as we get this sorted out, go back to the police station, okay? Not right now, sorry, we've got a bit too much to do. Some other little can of bottle someone will get.
The first thing police do is close down the beach.
You guys got home to go to? Go home now, the beach's been closed. Yeah!
Move along, thanks, mate.
And under their urging, the crowd soon begins to fade away.
Well, that's a standard Friday or Saturday night here in the warm months. The guy driving the little black car was quite happy. I believe 441, so he's twice the limit, twice and a bit for his age. He's only 17. Still didn't think the accident was his fault though.
Friday night in Tauranga starts with a chase through the shopping centre. An off-duty police officer is chasing a man who tried to sell him cannabis.
He's shown in Masters with a dog 040383.
The dealer's eventually cornered down by the harbour by Constable Glenn Wilson, who moves in to make the arrest.
Yeah, I got him, Jane, down by the down the bridge, under the bridge.
Excuse me, mate. No, you just
Yep. What's your name, mate?
Just feeling sick.
Hey?
Just feeling sick.
You're feeling sick? That's probably because you just jumped down a freaking great big bank. What'd you do with your stash, mate? What'd you do with your stash?
The dealer's managed to get rid of his drugs during the chase, and he's denying that he sold anything to the undercover officer.
Wrong fella. Coming down from a good night.
You're puffing, mate. You're puffing. You're puffing more than I am. And I just chased you.
Glenn knows they've got the right guy. It's just a question of finding the drugs.
Let's start anyway.
Before he'd been caught, the dealer had run down a nearby bank.
He was going pretty fast, so you might have just fallen out. He came down this bank down here. Probably cross some steps in case I can get lucky. There we go. Didn't think it was going to be that easy.
Glenn finds more than enough cannabis to make an arrest, but the dealer who tried to escape is still admitting to nothing.
He's innocent.
Yeah, I found some more of the dope too.
Oh, mate. Mine
Wasn't yours. It must have been the other guy that I was following down the bank, you know?
I was the another guy. Sir, I've been there for about an hour.
Why are you sweating so much then?
But I wasn't.
Oh, you just started sweating ever since I started speaking to you.
He's wasting your time with me while the criminal is getting away.
Yep. Well, you didn't get away.
The dealer was convicted of possession for supply and sentenced to 120 hours community service. The next day, Constables Adrian Olden and Sean Irwin are doing the rounds, and one of their regular calls is Basil's place.
Hey, Basil. How are you, mate?
This time, the strong smell of marijuana pours out the door.
Have they just been smoking?
Come out here.
Have they just been smoking cannabis?
Just sit down here. What's your name? Sit down. I can smell dope in here. What is your name?
Mike.
Pardon? Mike who?
How old is he?
No, what's your real name?
Wrong. No, you there visit?
How old are you, man?
Only 13.
13. What are you doing here?
Oh, I just came around here.
Yeah, but you're not allowed around here.
Oh, I was just looking for my mates.
Your mates.
The boy fits the description of the youngster who's run away from the foster home.
Okay, pursuant to Section 18, Misuse of Drugs Act 1975. Just going to have a quick search of you, see if you've got any more on you. You understand that?
Oh, I've only got a Timmy.
Well, let's have a look.
I'll just check the bedroom where he's coming from.
How much did you pay for that?
None.
Is this your room in here, Basil?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, you understand what Adrian said about us searching the house?
Yeah, no problems with that, eh, Bez?
No.
Just stand up for a minute, mate.
No, he keeps coming round and I don't really want to see him.
Yeah, hang on.
Do you know if he's got
It's
any
a
more
bit
in your house?
unsavoury, yeah.
Do you know if he's got any more in your house?
No, I don't.
All right, you just take a seat in the corner there, eh? So do you think it's just all right for you to come around here at any time?
Oh, no.
There's not much the police can do unless Basil tells the boy to stay away.
You don't want him back here, do you, Bez?
No, not really, no.
Okay, well you tell him in front of us for him not to come back. And if we catch you here again, you're going to get arrested for trespass, all right? Okay, you tell him, Bez.
Yeah, don't come back here too often anyway.
No, not
Not
Yeah,
at all.
don't come back at all then. Yeah.
all right? Because he's a bit of a pushover and you guys just bloody walk all over him. All right, so if we find you here again, you're going to be arrested. Okay, let's go. We'll might pop back later on just to see who's here again, eh?
Yes, they do pop in on the weekends. Yeah.
Okay, Baz.
Thanks very much.
One thing police can do immediately is get the boy back into the hands of SIPS, the Children and Young Persons Service.
After speaking with SIP, she's going to make a few phone calls, see if she can get a placement until his caregiver returns. We're just going to take him over to the Tauranga station.
That night, Jane Hope and Glenn Wilson were back visiting the scene of Thursday night's burglary. This time they'd brought a montage of photographs of suspects for the victim to examine.
No, not really.
Okay, that's fine.
We've got 8 photos.
Yep.
One of them is the young fella.
Okay.
I think might be the boy responsible for it. So have a look, see if you can recognise him.
But though she'd stood face to face with the boy, Rebecca couldn't pick him from the photographs.
No, I could not make an honest idea.
Yeah, that's cool.
Although he couldn't be identified with this burglary, the boy was connected with an earlier offence and was returned to SIP's care in his hometown.
We'll have a chat to a few of the local kids anyway.
And Jane and Glenn's last call for the day was to make sure that none of the other kids were taking advantage of Basil.
Hey Basil, it's the police here. Yeah, again. Can't leave you alone, eh?
No.
No kids here now?
No. Made a good job, I think. Yeah, thank you.
Got rid of today for you anyway,
Yes, he is a bit of a nuisance. Comes around, I don't know, and seems to have a circuit every day, and comes back every day.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. Do you mind if we come in and have a look and make sure there's no other kids here? So they haven't given you any other problems?
Unfortunately, Basil, we're going to keep coming back until the kids stop coming here.
Yeah, very good.
Just to make sure that they're not giving you a hard time, that's all.
That'll be good, thank you.
The blue Ford Falcon Ute, 1985 model registration, Mike Charlie 5153 MC 5153.
Constables Casey Broad and John Chappell are on their way to the scene of an aggravated robbery at a liquor store near Manukau City Centre.
Comms M&I going 10-7 now.
Roger, Charlie, go ahead.
G'day mate.
There's one of you guys over there. The two offenders are taken off.
Yep.
Heading towards Papatoe, I would say, because they took out that way, so it's about
Yeah, M&I, can you just secure the scene and we'll stay mobile for 5 minutes. We've just come out of Wirring.
Copy that. Comms M&I, just for your information, apparently this vehicle has headed towards Papatoe on GSR.
Roger, thanks. Just as though they've gone along and tried to...
Basically what happened is a couple of guys have entered the liquor store here. They've jumped the counter and given the attendants a hiding, and they've taken off with at this stage some alcohol and some money.
Suddenly, the car from the robbery appears down the road.
That's it there. Is that the vehicle? Jono, that's the car, bro.
And John and Casey are quickly in pursuit.
towards Rainbow's End.
Go. The nearby police helicopter joins the chase.
Roger, thanks, Eagle. Did you copy? It was last spotted heading south on Great South Road towards Rainbow's Edge. Copy that. How long, guys? Minute, we're finished.
Clear left. Clear left.
Even with the Eagle helicopter in the air and a number of patrol cars in the surrounding streets, the thieves have got away.
Comms, M&I.
M&I.
Yeah, mate, we've driven down to Browns Road and certainly haven't caught up with them. We're going to do a U-E and go back to the scene.
Roger, M&I.
As other police continue to search the surrounding area, John and Casey head back to the liquor store to get witness statements.
And I saw that they are stealing bottles and they just walk around up to me, try to push me out, and I grab them. One of the guy just succeed to get out of us, and I caught the other guy, and I was holding the shirt, but he just took off the shirt, and when he was walking.
So you came running out here. Is that when the other guy helped you out? The customer that was walking in?
He was standing here. I think he was parked here or started walking to the shop.
Yep.
And we were struggling with the guy and he came and helped us out.
And you guys were struggling out here or inside the shop?
Where it's been spilt there.
Okay.
The liquor store investigation leads to no immediate arrests, although police believe they may have identified the car. But for now, John and Casey are heading towards a reported assault in Manurewa.
Do we know how many people were at the address?
3 adults and a couple of kids.
Copy.
By the time they get there, ambulance officers Andrew Burt and Tony Boyle are already attending to Patrick, the victim of the assault.
Sorry.
What's the name of the person that hit you back at number 9?
I'm not quite sure who's the boy anyway.
It's a guy.
Yeah. He just hit me and told me to leave.
Is there anything more to the story in terms of what's the fight started about?
The thing is, I just turned up and got punched.
Must be more to it than that though, eh?
Did they ask you to leave?
Person that stayed there.
Did they ask you to leave at all, or were you welcome there?
He told me to leave and just punched me over.
What do you want us to do?
Well, arrest the person for assaulting.
Alright. The thing we need to ascertain though is whether or not you've left, okay, when you've been asked to, or if you've hung around, okay? He can use reasonable force to remove you from his property. You understand that? If it's not your house?
Yeah.
Patrick,
you know what I mean?
Patrick, obviously there's two sides to every story, eh? Okay? We've got to hear your side.
He has no right to punch a person without permission.
Listen to us, right? We've got to hear their side of the story first because there may be more to it than what you're telling us at the moment, okay?
Patrick appears quite drunk, and as he's taken off to the ambulance, John and Casey head next door to talk to Utu, the next door neighbour.
I gave him a warning.
Yep.
I don't want him to play with my kids.
Yep.
Because he was putting makeup on my kids.
And I told him to leave.
What happened to Patrick's nose?
Just push him off the wall.
Although Utu admits to hitting Patrick, police decide that the best thing to do is to hold any charges until Patrick sobers up and decides whether or not to lay a complaint.
What's your... You can use reasonable force to get anyone off your property if they're not going, okay? But just to save things next time, so you don't get in trouble, give us a call and we'll come and get them off out of your house for you, eh?
Push them out, don't punch them.
Cheaper insurance there.
Patrick went off to hospital to be checked, and he didn't lay a complaint in the morning. John and Casey are back on the beat, and it's not long before a car doing wheelies catches their attention.
Doing wheelies by yourself as well, man.
Oh no, I had my mate.
Where's all your mates?
Dropped him home.
Sure you did.
He lives down the Cleve.
Sure you did.
Yeah, it sounds bad.
John, the driver's on his way home after a night out in Howick.
Where have you been tonight, man?
Just at Main Street.
Oh, okay. You been drinking?
I had to.
Have you?
The admission that he's had a few drinks means he'll have to go through a breath test.
Okay, now require your time to go a breath screening test without delay. What I want you to do is just blow into the end of that mouthpiece there and keep blowing until basically I say stop, eh? Keep going, mate. Keep going. Sweet. You sure you've only had 2?
Yep.
Nah, sweet as.
Well, you might laugh, but you've got a warrant for your arrest. No, just kidding.
But John's problems aren't over. Now his car won't start.
We're going to do the honest thing and give him a bit of a push start.
Who's we?
You.
Oh yeah, there's no we. There's no we in this one. There's no I in team.
Nah, let's go. Always wonder what these sports
Let's go in case you can't get it started. Oh.
But the car does start, and John and Casey can head back on the road. Next week on Police 10-7, we're out on Operation Therese, a cannabis recovery operation in the Bay of Plenty that leads to some major plantations and a couple of growers who choose the wrong time to water their plants.
If you run, brother, we'll put the dog on you. That's as simple as that, eh?
Over in Mount Maunganui, a check of boy races leads to a drug bust at the beach.
Did you just sell to this other boy?
Nah, he's a man boy.
Was he?
Yeah,
And a young woman down from Auckland for the weekend gets drunk, violent and somewhat hysterical.
Okay, they smashed our window.
Yeah, okay.
Couldn't do anything.
Oi, chill.